Hi Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you're part of NASA's balloon program. What is the difference between a NASA scientific balloon versus a regular hot air balloon?
Good question. So hot air balloons are air-filled, and the air is heated to create the buoyancy through the lift that gives them flight. Generally, they float at a couple thousand feet, and they go up and down in a matter of hours. Scientific balloons, on the other hand, are quite different. So our largest balloons can fit a football field inside their equator, and they can fly for much longer. So payload capacity is about 8,000 pounds, several SUVs. The duration can be up to 5 or 6 weeks at a time, and the altitudes can be up to 160,000 feet, about 4 or 5 times the height of a commercial airliner.
Wow.
So quite a bit different, yeah.
That's incredible. And you launch all over the globe. So you launch from New Mexico in the US, New Zealand, and even McMurdo Station in Antarctica. Why do you launch from all those different places?
In short, we go where the science needs us to go. Some scientists need Northern Hemisphere science for galaxies and star formations. That's why we go to Sweden. Same thing in the Southern Hemisphere. That's why we go to Antarctica. Most missions need some kind of trial or test system. So they'll fly from New Mexico to prove their science or even just collect science at a shorter duration. And then for missions that are a little more risky, we'll go out to PMRF in Hawaii.
So can you describe to me what launch day is like?
It's an incredible feeling, right? So you see the balloon be released, you hear the rustle of the fabric and the rush of the wind as it stands up. You see the balloon be released from the vehicle and ascend, and it just gives you chills every time you watch it. It's a really great feeling.
That sounds incredible. So how many of these balloon experiments have been sun-focused or eclipse-focused?
So about 8 to 10% of our portfolio is heliophysics missions. One of the ones that stands out in my mind is one I got to see launch in 2019 from New Mexico. It's called the BITSI mission, and it was looking at the corona, or the kind of the outer edge of the sun, and looking at how that behaves under different conditions.
That sounds amazing. Now, let's learn about some discoveries made by NASA's balloon program.
High above Earth's surface floats a critical tool in NASA's exploration arsenal: scientific balloons. Massive, helium-filled, high-tech balloons lift heavy scientific experiments into near space to get a clear view of our planet and the cosmos. Launched around the globe, these unique NASA missions provide a fast and cost-effective alternative to rockets to study Earth, our solar system, and beyond. Balloon science has led to many important discoveries. For example, astrophysicist John Mather studied heat from the early universe using balloons, which later contributed to his Nobel Prize-winning work confirming the Big Bang theory of an expanding universe. A special type of high-altitude balloon can carry telescopes above the clouds for extended periods of time to study the dark matter in distant galaxy clusters. One of these superpressure balloons, called SuperBit, captured the Tarantula Nebula 160,000 light-years away. This winter, crews in Antarctica are preparing to launch the Gusto mission. Its infrared telescope will examine the complete life cycle of a star. NASA's scientific balloon program, guiding a path to discovery above and beyond.